They began to investigate the Bottle Club because of the murder. And they investigated all the other bottle clubs, but also they focused on gambling. What they found was, now there were a lot of congressional committees going on. You know, they had that local DC one now. They had the Kefauver Committee, they had the McClellan Committee, and those committees were traveling all over the country on being televised on television in the 50s, so it was early television.
Corello.
You're also known as Duck Corello.
I refuse to answer on the grounds of intent to criminate.
You got any business?
I refuse to answer on the grounds of intent to criminate.
You have any profession?
I refuse to answer on the grounds of intent to
You have any
criminate.
occupation?
I refuse to answer on the grounds of intent to
Are you a
criminate.
known racketeer?
I refuse to answer on the grounds of intent to criminate me.
You have a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
So it really brought mafia and gambling and just organized crime to the forefront of the American public. And what the local D.C. Commission found out, that there was gambling going on all over the city, including federal buildings, including where the D.C. Bureau of Prisons was housed, including where the Kefauver Committee was being held. They had their own personal bookmakers inside these federal buildings. And I don't know how much of a surprise it was, you know, and like I quote in the book, it'd be like Captain Renault in Casablanca, I'm shocked that gambling is going on in here. But it brought to the attention also political corruption, law enforcement corruption, because one of the people caught up in that investigation was the chief of the Metropolitan Police Department, Robert Barrett, who turns out, they found out that he was a good personal friend of Nig Rosen. Now, the thing with, he was Major Superintendent, was the title at the time of the chief of police. What they found out was his friendship with Nig Rosen, and possibly connection to organized crime in general. So he was subpoenaed, but he decided to retire and never answered their subpoena. He was eventually forced to come and testify. He was brought in, and even Odessa Madre, another local criminal figure in D.C. So yeah, and they also found out about protection money with the D.C. Police Department. At the time, the protection money was called ICE. So when you had to pay ICE, that means you paid the cops for protection, mostly the gambling joints. So that committee kind of like disrupted the status quo of local government and law enforcement in D.C.